How Legacy's coming along. 4 more needed? Okay, somebody actually left the queue, so let's jump into another league. That sucks. We would have had that. We would have at least forced a game 3 against the Affinity player. I don't know if you win the match, because then he's on the play again, but we would have forced a game 3 against the Affinity player. I'm glad you appreciate that, Odin. No, you don't get upset. I mean, like... There's a lot of reasons to not play Moto, that's one of them, but... I don't own the cards in paper, and I can't stream paper. Alright, let's see what we get. This has most of the pieces to the combo. But it's a 1-lander for 1, and 2... It's really tempting due to the new mulligan rule to take a 6. This is a 2-lander. It's got Caryatid, so it's resilient to Bolt. It's got a couple cantrips, so maybe you can draw into the Wish component of the deck. I think I will keep there and scry this to the bottom. So Strand into Breeding Pool, and then we have Plains. We have most of the colors. We're just missing white. Spell Snare. Outside of Spell Snare, he's not going to interact with this first Caryatid. Inquisition can take one of the Caryatids. Okay, so he's Pox. He's 8-rack, if you want to call it that. So I actually like going faster against 8-rack. I think I'm just going to Thought Scour. Just to speed up drawing, hopefully drawing to what we need. Ugh. Oh, whew. We drew an Ascendancy. Whew. I was like, oh god, like, Ascendancy went to the graveyard, Wish went to the graveyard. This is a buy, right? Oh no, Tommy Cakes, you never assume that. Don't do that. Never assume that you just automatically win, because that's when you lose. You make mistakes. So, never assume that you just win a match. Ever. He can easily just Thoughtseize this, or Inquisition this, by the way. Why would I assume that this is an auto-win, Tommy Cakes? That attitude is just not... That doesn't make any sense. Hey, what's up, Beard? Welcome back. That attitude just doesn't make sense, man. Always assume that your opponent is competent. Always assume that the deck they're playing is good. Okay, we go off here. So, sweet. So let's attempt to go off. Let's see what he's cooking over there. What you cooking? Discard Caryatid. Okay, so we had a Wrench. Why didn't you Wrench Mind Me? Smother, what? Okay, Augur, Smother, Swamp, Wrench, Ravenous. Rats, okay. So he's holding a Smother up? He's holding up Smother, got it. I don't know what colors I want to float on this Cerulean. I'd actually rather just spend a Visions. I know we have a land drop for the turn, but I didn't want to spend it there. So what do you Noxious Revival? You could Noxious the Thought Scour. If you Noxious Thought Scour, you're getting closer to yeah, Noxiousing Thought Scour gets us closer to this Visions in hand. Well, sort of. It's minus a card and then plus a card. It still might be correct. Like, you float blue, Noxious the Scour. It also can hit a Stitcher. We're not ready for this Whispers. So it's technically... We're not ready for Visions or Whispers. Discard. Okay. Float white. G-Probe. I mean, I know this is really nuts mana, but I'm trying to set up this Visions, right? Isn't that kind of what we're trying to do here? Another Noxious. We're gonna save that one. I think I just pop off this Noxious. Or Thought Scour myself. That's what we were setting up. What's up, Sark here? Pitch the land. Okay, we did hit a Stitcher. Fantastic. Now we're in Magical Christmas Land. That was an excellent Thought Scour. So bring it back. Now, he does have Smother for this, which he'll likely do. Or not do. Interesting. He might be waiting for my spell. It's maybe what he's waiting for? I don't know why I was so excited about the Stitcher. He does have a Smother in hand. It's still correct to bring it back. Because you still get to... You still get the mana back that you paid for it. It's 1 blue to unearth, so you still get to untap something in response to the Smother. So we're trying to get this Visions to go off. We're at 14 cards. If we Noxious another Thought Scour again, we get slightly closer. Ever so slightly. And we can get some free mana off the Stitcher, like since we're running the instant version, like you could like float a blue, and then Noxious the Scour. You get our triggers. He really should Smother this Stitcher. He's letting us get mana. Pitch a bird. Like he's letting me get mana. It doesn't seem... Okay, so we're gonna Cerulean Wisp the Caryatid. I don't know, I would have killed the Stitcher by now. And see, this is the problem with Visions, is we're still not to Vision status, as you can see. Like, we're at 15 cards, and I could try to hang on to this, but, we're not, it's really hard to get to Vision status, and that's a reason why, oh, I forgot to flip my extra mana. That's a reason why I haven't built it this way before. I meant to flip mana there. So now we have to pop off the Visions without Ancestral Recall status. Okay, drew into Glittering Wish. Okay, now we're looking pretty good. 2 Glittering Wishes, so we can grab a second Ascendancy. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. We drew really well. No complaints. I don't know why he's not smothering this guy. Seems weird. Pitch Bird. Smother CMC 3 or less, Stitchers 4. You know, you were so right. I haven't played against Smother in years. That's probably what's going on here. I'm like thinking like, he can totally kill this, right? You're so right, you can't Smother a Stitcher. Thanks, guys. I think you grabbed the extra Ascendancy. Okay, let's just go for the quickest kill now. You're right, he can't touch the Stitcher. I forgot. That's hilarious. There you go. You're so right, Jim. It's been too long since I played against some other guys. I apologize. That's funny. It's not a card I play against often, so let's ascend. Pitch Tarn. So second Ascendancy. Now I want a Glit Wish. For I guess I'll float red. No, you don't want to float red now. You just float blue, and then untap a Breeding Pool. And then Glit Wish for our draw 2 spell. Or I guess you could grab Blood, right? Hang on. Do we have lethal if I grab Blood? Do we I'm gonna float a red just because I might grab Blood here. I'm tempted just to do this just because you could hit a Stitcher. You run 3. Are we in league yet? It's not lethal, right? We have an 8 and a 12. No, it is lethal. This is this is a league match, Salad Hunter. It's exactly lethal if I blood, because you hit him for 8 with the Stitcher and the Sylvan does the other damage. So let's go ahead and just kill him. It's the faster, it's the right thing to do. So blood, target is Caryatid, target opponent. Gold Thunder, thanks for the follow. It's actually going to be a little overkill. So he's going to take 14, and then you swing the Stitcher. And he's dead. Now this is a matchup where the ley lines are going to reign supreme. This is a matchup where I would consider trying to mulligan even something down to 5 to find ley line. It's just so powerful against Rack. So in lieu of that, we're probably cutting what? I don't think I want this. I mean, you don't need shield. He's mono black, so he's not going to have an answer for the Ascendancy unless he's splashing green for like Abrupt Decay. It looked as though he was mono black. I'm good, Free Will. We're doing a charity stream tonight. Please, if you guys can donate to the Save the Children Foundation, I have a link for it right below. It's not hard to get to, but I can get it for you. So this is the link. This is where you need to go to donate, and then if you want to see what kind of cards you can get. The game would have been so different if he wrench-minded me. Oh, absolutely. If he wrench-minded us, that is an entirely different game, I think. I agree. And that's why we need the ley line, because that's how his deck interacts with ours, is hand hate. So we definitely want a ley line. Could cut a Stitcher, could cut a Crimson, could cut a Peak. And we could cut, but see, that game, is that a good example of why I don't really like the Visions? We never achieved Visions. We never did. So I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. That the entire course of that game, we never achieved Visions. Where are my articles posted? Dan, it's through the Patreon. So what you need to do is you need to become one of my Patreons for the stream. You can give as little or as much as you want to give. We've already got 6 people who are part of my Patreon program. It's 3 weeks in. I do have 3 weeks worth of content. Now let's make sure we submit though before I. Okay, 50 seconds. It's on the Google Drive. All my articles are on my Google Drive. Run shared discovery. Tap 4 untap creatures. Yeah, there you go. That plus Young Pyro. That's a combo, right? So not only are the articles on here, my playlist is on here, so both of which are for my... Oh, is this the edited one? Hang on. One of these I edited. Remove. So we got the first week, I talked about the Dig Through Time ban. What is my last cut? I guess Whispers? I'm gonna cut a Visions. I'm just not convinced that it's that good. I'm just not convinced that it's that good in the deck. I haven't been convinced with it. We've had maybe one game where deck was submitted, by the way. We've had like one game where it's gone through. I'll try to see if I can see a ley line. Let's take a 6. Let's take a 5. Okay, let's keep here. It's unfortunate. I'm not gonna go to 4 just to try to find ley line. Bottom. That's sad. How did I know that was gonna be what we scry away? I just had a feeling. Alright, so take my bird, make us cry. Okay, rack. That's not so scary. I mean, if we see Ascendancy, this goes off really quick. Another ley line? Good lord, we scried one away. Alright, bird, go. Cat's gonna be out of the bag if he hand hates us that I boarded into ley lines. I think this is not an Ancestral Visions deck. Another bird. So we're gonna discard. Well, yeah, it's cards I choose. So we'll probably discard bird and ley line, right? So do you even want to make your land drop, or do you want to just?